Yo, what's up, everyone? This is Rudy, the host from Drinks and Movie Podcast, doing another blind. This time, I'm going to do the Blantons lineup. If you've listened to the podcast, you know that back in September, my friend Matt and I did all the John Wick movies, and we paired Blantons along with them since that's a bourbon you usually saw in that movie. So we've got the regular one. This is actually a store pick from Circus Liquor in North Hollywood, but since the regular Blantons are all single barrels anyway, I'm just going to use this one since it's the one that's already open. We've got Special Reserve. So regular one is 93 proof. Special Reserve is 80 proof. Then we got Blanton's Gold coming in at, I believe, 103 proof. Blanton straight from the barrel. This one is 125.1. Then we have the two Japan only releases, but I see them here now at numerous stores. So I guess it's not Japan only anymore, but Blanton's Black, which is also 80 proof, and then Blanton's Red, Takara Red, which is 93 as well. My understanding is the only difference between these and these is the age. I believe regular Blantons comes in at about 6 years old typically, and these are about 8 years old. So proofs are the same, just the fact that they're released in certain areas, and these are a couple years older. So anyway, here we go with glass one. Interesting. Very sharp nose, not alcohol forward at all. It almost has like a sour candy note. I wasn't expecting that. Wow. Like a sour candy. Yeah, like some kind of sour, hard, like fruit candy, but I can't really pinpoint what the fruit would be. But now almost like a little grassy, like a weird kind of grassy. Maybe it's that rye coming through. And I'm going to have to do small sips because I only did half-ounce pours of each of these. But yeah, anyway, here we go. That's okay. On the finish, I get a little bit of a butterscotch note. In the back of the palate, that like hard fruit candy kind of vibe going on. It's very thin, almost kind of watery, just like super thin. A little bit of like rye, like actual like rye on the back, and not too spicy, but just kind of that rye note. If you ever smelled like actual rye before, yeah, that's fine. Glass two. All right, this is like cherry, like a dark cherry, almost a little bit of like a subtle, ultra subtle, like smoke vibe. Like, I don't know, not smoky, but just, I don't know how to explain it. Just a tiny, teeny itty bit of like a smoke. And yeah, cherry, very much a different nose, like cherry, like a darker kind of maybe caramel. It's kind of just, it's like watery. It's very light and just watery. Like literally tastes just watered down whiskey. The nose was promising, but oh, that kind of grossed me out a little bit. Glass three. All right, that same cherry note, but sharper with some brown sugar. Yeah, like cherry with brown sugar. Yeah, I can't really get past that. Maybe a little bit of that caramel, like stock kind of bourbon note. Yeah, funny on the palate. Better than the last one for sure. A little bit of that pepper spice on the finish. Almost had more of like an orange, like a citrus orange kind of flavor to it. Yeah, that was better. Still very light though. These are all so far like super light, which is typical. If you've seen that podcast we did where we covered all of them, that was the one thing we mentioned about every single one. They just all are like just super light. It's very like diet whiskey. All right, number four. Can't really get much out of this one. Maybe like some vanilla, brown sugar. Not really that cherry. Yeah, kind of whatever. Peppery. You know, you definitely taste the high rye characteristic of it. I don't even remember my rankings of these so far. Two is for sure. Let me put these in that order, the ones I've done so far. So I'll put for my right. Two is definitely last. The three might be the best one. Then I'll do one, and I think the four. So of what I've tried so far, three is the best one. Then one, then four, then two is like by far the last. So here we go. Two more. I can't even smell anything. Maybe the best one so far. Longer finish, a little more of the spice, a hint of vanilla and caramel. Doesn't have that like fruit forwardness that some of the other ones did. Yeah, it'd be between that and three, I think. So I'll have those in that top slot. Last number six. This one has the strongest nose, but it smells like, oh, what is that? It's not necessarily good. Oh, now there's like a weird funky sour note and almost like a rubber. Now a little bit of like that rye spice and black pepper. This one's kind of taking me on a journey that like every time I've gone back to it's been a little different. Splash some of it out. It's kind of gross. I don't even know what is that. Sour but rubbery. Ugh, that's bad. That and two or the The last place ones, 6 is last because that literally made me gag. 2 is in the next one after that, so I'm just gonna take those out altogether. Oh, just made me feel good. It's just watery and like, oh god. And I don't mean to be dramatic. I mean, I've had all of these before on the show. They were kind of fine. Maybe the reactions are strong because I did do another blind like before this. There was a good 30 minutes or so in between. So it might not be completely fair, but yeah, that just was not. All right. So I'm going to go in the order of what I have ranked best to last or to fourth place right now. So we know that 2 and 6 or 5th and 6th place, those were just not good. 5 I had ranked as my best. So I'll start there and go backward just to see how that turns out. So 5 is my first place so far. More spice on the nose, almost like a rye, you know, with it being a high rye whiskey, it makes sense. It definitely has more spice and kick, but still yet at the same time super light on the palate. The finish is still going along. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, we go 3. Is this the one that I said had that like orange kind of vibe? I dig that. I'm gonna put that ahead of 5. Now on to 1 and 4. That was pretty decent too, actually. I might put that ahead of 5. Now we'll do 4. I'll keep that in 4th place. Yeah, so we'll go first glass 3, second is glass 1, third is glass 5, 4th is glass 4, and then 2 is 5th place, 6 is last place. Those were really awful. I have them in a whole other zone. So let's see what's up. I don't even want to pick it up. It's nasty. So this one was, I forgot to label what this one was. Wow. We'll figure that out through process of elimination. Okay, so glass 6, unknown right now. Glass 2 is Blanton's Black. So last place or 6th place, unknown. 5th place, Black. That's this guy up here. Now in 4th place is glass 4. That's the regular one. Circus pick. All right. Dang. Okay. Glass 5, 3rd place is straight from the barrel. I kind of figured it might be, but it's funny. Even though that's like such a higher proof, it had more kick, but it's still like super thin and light. I figured that might be it, but I wasn't 100% sure, which I should have been given that jump in proof. But yeah, so that was 3rd place, straight from the barrel. 2nd place was number 1. That is red. Okay, Blanton's red. I remember liking that somewhat when we did the podcast. And 3, that makes 3 of the gold. Okay, I can see that. I figured gold is like right in the pocket, that 103 proof kind of sweet zone. So we got 1st and 2nd. So that means that special reserve is last, right? So let's do this in the order. Dead last, special reserve. That was rough. Then we have black. Let me double check that. Yeah, black. Then the regular one, the circus pick, straight from the barrel in 3rd, red in 2nd, gold in 1st. Gold just has like the sickest bottle too. But anyway, that's a wrap on this one. If you get a chance to try the gold, definitely check it out. I mean, check out any of them. They're worth trying. Don't spend a bunch of money on them though. All right, cheers.